Shalom.
Shalom.
Um,
We had some technical difficulty.
so,
Back on.
we will start with
But now the gangs are totally different. The Masons have a jumped in kind of thing where they do. So do the gangs. The Masons deal with symbolism stars. So do the gangs. The gangs promote violence on their own people. The gangs promote selling drugs. The gang and I know a lot of OGs is trying to reach the young ones and tell them this ain't the way to do it. And all praise to the Most High for that. That's why I can rock with an OG. I can't rock with you young dudes on Facebook that don't know nothing about it, man. They're not even looking. They stand in the same way. They're throwing up the same symbolism because the Black Panthers is where the Crips and Bloods came from. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game. I ain't got much time here, but the Black Panthers is where the Crips and Bloods came from. The Black Panthers broke up because COINTEL infiltrated it. When the Crips and Bloods was created, they were also infiltrated it with COINTELPRO with guns and drugs, and that's when it became okay. The Bloods got this block, the Crips got this block. That's where the whole thing came into play. It wasn't originally about that. Okay, so they own rap music, man. Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. This is why all these rappers got one eye symbolism. What Negro you know from the hood that's literally dealing with like a local record company says, hey man, let's put his one eye. If he's putting a one eye symbolism up, he's doing it because he's seen his favorite rapper do it. His favorite rapper is on a label owned by a Freemason that's probably a homosexual Jewish guy. Okay, so again, man, this is what rap music is about. They put these people up because they know we're gonna follow them. They know if Biggie say, man, I smashed this chick and did this and smoked a blunt, got drunk, we're gonna be like, yeah. They got a hot beat, and these people are talented. So of course, man, you wonder why they promote things like black on black crime. You don't hear about white on white crime because they want us to destroy each other, man. Okay, so like you see here, earth, wind, and fire. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it for a long time. It ain't just rap. I'm gonna get off rap. It ain't just rap. They've been doing this for a long time, y'all. And here you see the Lion Club Freemason pose. This is what one of the dudes was posed like on his profile that was trying to troll me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into this clip. I want y'all to watch this clip, throwing some. You know, I'm not gonna probably show the whole thing. I'm gonna show a lot of it. This is why they the Boondocks director Aaron McGruder. I'm pretty sure he did the same thing D. Brad did, and he didn't take that deal. The same thing that Dave Chappelle did at one point when he didn't take that deal and ran to Africa. All of us don't take the deal, but he dropped so many jewels in the first 3 seasons of Boondocks. I encourage everybody in this truth walk are listening to me, go watch it, because he.
listen to this. Wow. If you no longer speak your language and no longer practice your culture, then you have no right to demand Aboriginal rights from us because you are assimilated with the ruling power. So basically, what that white person, that's the white guy is saying is, if you don't speak, if you don't go back to your roots and do all this, what you need to do, that's not talking about Africa. If you don't connect back to who you really are and what we stole from you, you have no right to demand that we treat you fairly, because you're assimilated into our society. You are what we made you. You're part of us. It's like all these Negroes going all over the place talking about stop the police from doing this, stop the police from doing that. And you don't go to your oppressor to tell him to stop oppressing you, because all he's going to do is oppress you. You have no position to tell him what to do.
That's right. Come on.
Now, I'm not saying that's what I see. That's how they see it. That's how these racist supremacists who own these offices see it. You have no place to tell us what to do. Okay?
That show was like prophesying, man.
They do identity theft through that too. Well, everywhere.
I'm your believer. It's 2 p.m., so it's time for a morning staff meeting. Our leader, Johnson, had a dream of creating a network that would accomplish what hundreds of years of slavery, Jim Crow, and malt liquor couldn't. The destruction of black people!
Mr. Legal, since BET came into existence, terrible things have happened to black people. Dropout rates, teen pregnancy, unemployment, and incarceration have skyrocketed since our debut 25 years ago. We really believe we're making a difference.
The destruction of black people is not happening fast enough.
So, hold on, everybody. Let me go back to...
Wow, you hear this? This is good, man.
The destruction of black people!
Mr. Legal, since BET came into existence, terrible things.
I'm your believer. It's 2 p.m., so it's time for a morning staff meeting. Our leader.
So, I want you all see why I'm replaying this is very important, okay? Listen to what this woman says about television and what we could not, we meaning the white man, the powerful white people that run this country could not accomplish without TV.
Wow, that's so true, man.
Johnson had a dream of creating a network that would accomplish.
See if the media does time, huh?
See, watch this. She's starting to say that that BET's plan was to destroy the black community, what hundreds of years of slavery and Jim Crow could not accomplish. All that really did is make black people really come together.
Jim Crow and malt liquor couldn't. The destruction of black people!
Mr. Legal, since BET came into existence, terrible things have happened to black people. Dropout rates, teen pregnancy, unemployment, and incarceration have skyrocketed since our debut 25 years ago. We really believe we're making a difference.
The destruction of black people is not happening fast
House, nigga, I will mock everything. If you ask me, I'm Eddie Murphy in the house. I will mock everything. If you asking for proof, the shit's physical. Because when JC black on the Jew, it gets biblical. Wait. If you're asking for proof, the shit's physical. Because when JC black on the truth, it gets JC black on the that's because we the originals. Get the fuck out of here, man. You ain't how work is, man. JC black on the truth. That's because we the originals. And the way a white man that calls himself a Jew came up in this world has been proven. You get dropped. So don't hit me. What you, JC? I told you today, you were Catholics. So that's one talk. So before the prophecy, y'all trying to rebuild Rome. So go ahead. Babylon. Does that have more fire? I know this is so go ahead. Babylon. Disaster told you what the real Jews look like. You thought we was gonna leave it at that? Y'all think his people culture vultures? I could get deeper than rap. Let me go. Disaster told them what the real Jews look like. We thought we was gonna leave it at that. Y'all think his people culture vultures? That shit get deeper than rap. Black skin, afros, they actually claim the heritage and don't got the features to match. Subject, that's an adjective meaning someone. They kind of think that they black. Oh. So that's an adjective meaning somewhat. They kind of think that they black. And now they hear scheming on rap. No wonder why he only schemed when he rap. Bitch, I know the difference. Definitely exposed to wisdom of style. Make it stop.
This is good, Josh. This is really good.
So,
Yeah.
So hopefully, I'm glad I got the video got to working because I want everyone to really pay attention to what you just heard. All right. When, see,
Go ahead, Josh.
slavery could not accomplish really what they wanted it to, in the sense of it did the identity part, but it didn't divide black people totally. Now, with entertainment, television, black entertainment, or BET, like the, see, certain if you've ever seen the cartoon, The Boondocks, that was a very deep, actually deep cartoon. See how they do this is they can hide things. They use entertainment to hide things. Like in the clip the brother was sharing from the Boondocks with the white lady sitting around with all those black people in Hollywood, and talking about how in 25 years since BET was on, since the 80s, it has accomplished what Jim Crow, 300 years of chattel bondage or slavery, 250 years of chattel slavery,
That's right.
Jim Crow and segregation could not. What is that?
Wow.
The complete destruction of the black community. Why? Because what does rap music really promote? Sex, illegitimate children having sex,
That's right.
just for sex, violence, guns, the pursuit of wealth for one person instead of a community trying to get money to build its community.
That's right.
And enrich the people in it.
Here you go. That's right.
Alcoholism. Okay. See, they couldn't. They just so they had the white people that controlled this thing had to come up with a system or something they could use secretly and put it in front of people to make black people follow it. Right? So
That's right. Come on.
that's the purpose of what we call music television.
Look how many years.
What
they've been
is
doing this.
what is the number one music,
Go ahead, Josh.
the number one music on any music television channel? Rap music. Why? Not because it's necessarily the most popular music. There's a lot of better, most music, worldly music is depressing anyway, but for the sake of the point, it's the most profitable and it's the most purposeful because I can use this music and I can use it against the people that I'm using to sing it.
Wow.
So I can use this sword, I can use this as a double-edged sword against the black community because I can promote thugism, I can promote having sex without being married, I can promote drugs, I can promote prostitution and whoredom because in almost every rap video, what do you see? Prostitute or whores.
That's right.
Women, half-naked women dancing for no reason other than they have nice thighs, asses, and breasts.
And that's it. Come on, Josh.
And how does that affect when a young woman sees that, she begins to sexualize herself into thinking that's the only thing I have to offer. So instead of learning how to take care of a house, being raised to be a woman, not all women, but a lot,
That's right.
they will become sexual at a young age.
And that's where they get in trouble.
They will buy all the clothes they see on these TV channels that sexualize them. They will half dress in front of people. And sooner or later, they will become a statistic. They will get pregnant.
And that's just what they're
And they will, some of them will abort.
Mm-hmm.
Killing the queen or the king inside of them. Why? Because they don't feel important. They don't feel
I like that, Josh. Say that again. Killing what?
the queen or the king inside of them
I
because
just told
they
a couple-
don't feel
Denny's that today.
important enough to bring life into this
That's
earth
right.
because
That's right.
the way the society gears them is to think of them as less and less of a person,
Mute that, Tony.
or
We're done.
it may the way, and this goes into white supremacy. Why?
Looks like Tony.
I can use television to uplift, and that's why, think about it. More white people are killed by white people than black people on black. But why do they focus on black crime? Because they can use that to affect the community, to make them see themselves as less important. less worthy to live. So then the young black people that don't know any better, because the older ones don't know any better, they get guns and they shoot each other for no reason. Why? Because they live 5 blocks in the opposite direction. They think that matters.
Right.
If they don't kill each other with drugs, with guns, they sell crack, cocaine, heroin, meth. I don't know if they do. They do. That's more of a white people drug, meth. But
it really is.
You know, the big ones: the crack, the cocaine, the opiates, the pills. A lot of black drug dealers, so-called black and Latino, deal with pills, opiates, barbiturates, downers.
Let me say something real quick, because this dethrones the identity of your people, who you really are, and that's what the government wants. They don't want you to know who you are, so they'll give you all these inroads to make money, to get rich, but in the meantime,
and then they use that to destroy your people.
That's right.
So the black community has suffered since they started using certain of your people to be their musicians for them to start prophesying death over you.
Wow. Because
that's how powerful music is. Music can prophesy over you because it's singing. What is Psalms? Psalms in the Bible is a book of songs. That's how. What was Satan? Lucifer was a music angel.
That's right.
So it would make sense that he would use music to attack the people that are closest to God, because he has a vendetta against the Most High for throwing him out of heaven.
That's right.
So he would use his music, the satanic music, to prophesy death over a whole nation. And that whole nation has bitten hook, line, and sinker. The majority of them have bitten that hook of the music hook. So I'm a sell drugs. I'm a shoot my brother because he lives 5 blocks in the wrong direction. I'm a act like a thug. I'm a smoke weed, crack, cocaine, be drunk and high all day. All because you see it in music videos, you hear it in music. That's and right. that starts prophesying over you, and that starts to mold. Like, I have to do this.
Yeah, you actually have to think that you have to. Right, I was just going to say that. You have to actually think that you have to be like that, because that's all you know.
That, or you listen to it.
That's it.
So it gets in your mind. So you don't think you're cool or you're into it if you're not smoking, you're not doing something that defiles your body. So
what we're saying is, we know how great of a people you are. That's why we're on YouTube, to try to help you see this. This is no way a slur to anyone who's in the tribes. We're actually running in the right direction to help you see who you really are and your potential to be the people.
I'll start again since the video cut off. Verse 64, Deuteronomy 28 and 64. The Most High shall, if you want to. If you shall, I'll read what the Most High shall scatter you among all people, from one end of the earth unto the other, and there ye shall serve other gods, which neither ye shall have known, wood and stone. And that goes into the spiritual side of supremacy. Who does the stone represent? Islam. What did Islam do to you? Islam gave you Muhammadism. Had the Quran. So now that's how Islam promotes supremacy in the lands they control, by promoting Islam, which is a false religion. Okay.
Okay, we're actually in
65.
66. And the life shall hang in doubt before thee.
So your life, like I was saying, hangs in doubt before you. Why? Because you're in a culture of death in America, especially in the black. The way they want the black community wired is a community of death and misery.
That's right.
Where you have no hope.
Mm-hmm. And thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would the God, I'll use God in that, it were even, and at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning, for the fear of thine heart, wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt.
Into what?
Into Egypt again.
Egypt or bondage again with what?
Ships.
With what?
Ships.
With what?
That's America, ships.
So what, again, we know this. I'll ask the question. What people do we have records of being put on ships and brought somewhere else as slaves and sold as on auction blocks?
Come on. Only one place.
See, people, that's how, religion wants to spiritualize everything. We were all on the slave block of sin.
Yeah.
No. Sin is the transgression of the law.
That's right.
Okay? You are not a sin. Well, let's say it like this. How can I say this?
Go ahead, Doc.
I need to think about okay. You must have a law revealed to you to be a sinner. Since the Gentile nations were not given that law, they had to be taught the law. They are sinners by happenstance. They are not sinners by purpose.
Right. The law was for his people.
The law was given to the children of Israel. So that is why the children of Israel are suffering under what we call white supremacy, which is now the Most High is not having a joyride punishing his people.
No, he's not.
He is using this spirit of white supremacy and this system
to wake you
the
up.
Spirit and the physical side, because we wrestle. Let's read that, Ephesians 6:12. Right?
Hold on.
Now let's break this down correctly, because we know we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but there's a system behind the spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just say, well, the system doesn't matter. It's all about the spirit, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right? Ephesians, I said it's 6 and 12.
6:12. Yeah, I know this really well.
Hold on, Dad,
Right.
so they can follow us. Ephesians 6.
Ready? Ephesians 12:6. Whenever you're ready.
You mean
12, I'm sorry. Ephesians 6:12. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go
ahead, Josh.
As I was saying, it doesn't want to go. It's in Ephesians. Okay. I need to get it to 6 now. Sometimes it just takes an extra second. Oh, so as I was saying, while I'm waiting for my Bible here to load so y'all can follow us here, it's like people want to use the spiritual side of everything to gloss over the physical side.
That's right.
Like Satan,
that's right.
It's like just because there's spirits, there's no physical side, and like the spiritual side is the only. No, let's break this down. Let's break this down properly. Verse 12.
Okay, 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Yeah, so we understand that the real battle is spiritual, but that doesn't mean these demons and spirits and angels don't have people behind them that are under them running the physical system that is destroying the earth. So you have to balance things out properly. You can't just go all to one side. Like, oh, well, it's all about the spirits. It's not about the physical. It's the both. It's both.
That's right.
Because you can't tell me these spirits don't control systems or the realms of thought or philosophy.
Yeah, they sure do.
Read.
But against principalities.
So the principalities and powers are Satan and his fallen angels. Now,
that's right.
Now finish the verse and I'll explain.
Against rulers of the darkness of this world.
So the rulers of the dark. So who are the rulers of the darkness of this world? In the spirit realm, it's the fallen angels and Satan.
That's right.
But in the physical realm, it's the Illuminati and the people that worship Satan.
And anybody else they can control.
Who are predominantly Caucasian and have set up a supremacist system that worships Satan and death.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
So what are the spiritual wicked that's in high places? That's the unseen realm. And the physical side of that is the government.
Come on.
The government is in league with these satanic forces. Why? And if you research, know about the Illuminati and the Freemasons, you know the predominant ruling class is Caucasian. And these high powerful white people, like your bankers, your presidents, and all these other people, they worship these entities. So these entities empower them or their system to be oppressive. As long as they keep war and bloodshed on earth, they can rule the earth. They have to have chaos. That's why the Masons believe that you have to have chaos to produce order.
That's right.
Order out
confusion.
Of chaos.
That's right.
So they don't believe you can just be at harmony and peace with people. They believe that you have to have war and bloodshed. Why? Because Satan needs blood
sacrifices,
satanic sacrifices. So these wars provide the bloodshed that Satan needs, that the fallen angels need from the people that worship them to rule the earth.
Wow. Take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand.
Now, that whole armor is not, it's spiritual, it's the word of God, but it's also knowledge of reality.
Whole armor.
You can't walk around just in the spirit and ignore the physical side of the earth. Because the physical side of the earth is what you have to deal with every day.
That's right.
And whether that's good for now, Dad.
Okay.
Whether you understand it or not, white supremacy is a spirit.
That's right.
White supremacy and racism is a spirit.
It's an evil spirit.
And whether you believe or not, you may have this spirit and not be aware of it. Why? Because you have been taught that it doesn't matter what affects different races of people or how systems are set up to oppress. That's what the Bible says. You trust in oppression. I'll read that.
That's good. I like that.
In Isaiah.
That's a good precept. Just mention precept all the time.
Okay. Isaiah chapter. And I'll just read this. Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner. The ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider. So white supremacy, that's the spiritual side of white supremacy. Keeping the children of Israel believing they're Gentiles and believing that white people are them.
That's right.
That's white supremacy at its highest.
Wow.
Lack of truth to the people that the Bible was given to. Now, the physical side of white supremacy is ran off that, because if the people don't know who they are, they can't claim what's theirs.
There you go.
So the earth can't come into order if the people that the Bible was written to, the so-called Negroes and Latinos, won't come together as a unit and really sit down and try to say what was really taken from us as a people. See, if it's all about the spirit, you won't think about the physical.
That's right.
It's both.
Hey, Josh,
Satan rules the spiritual realm, but his Satanists on earth run the world. So you can't separate them.
What Josh is really saying is Satan's government on the earth belongs to him, and he sends the fallen angels to speak to them and to do his bidding, and they can actually, and they have changed, right? Times, right? Tony, right? Times and seasons. They've changed everything to put fear in people. People are afraid at this time of the year because they think a hurricane's coming. Or they're already in fear.
This is Isaiah 30, and I'll start at verse 8, and we'll close, and I'll put us back on after this.
Go ahead, Joe.
Now go write this before them in a table, and note them in a book. The book is the Bible.
The word, that's right.
That it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people. A rebellious people. So this system has taught the Israelites to rebel against their God on choice, on will. By teaching them to eat unclean food. And not only that, the spiritual side is that they teach them it's good according to the Bible. When the Bible tells you what not to eat.
That's right.
So them telling the Israelites
kicks in.
by them teaching them that they're in slavery, now the whole earth thinks they can eat whatever they want.
That's right.
Now see that's the physical and the spiritual side of Ephesians 6 and 12. We wrestle not against. So Satan has told his people to make sure you keep the children of Israel, God's people, eating this unclean food, because I can kill them with it. So a rebellious people, a rebellious nation, children, lying children.
Of people who will not hear.
Children that will not hear the laws of the Most High. Will say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy
you know what I'm saying? See what we're seeing. Don't convince us, don't convict us of sin.
A breaking of his laws, right? Which is sin.
Right.
Get thou out of the way. You mean get away from us. We don't want to hear this.
Right.
We don't want to hear about that we have to keep his law.
Right, that's right. Come on.
Turn aside. Turn out of the path. Get away from us. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Yeah.
Watch what
he loves you more than that.
Watch what is the fruit of this spirit. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye cast my words, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression. So that's what the spiritual, the children of Satan, the elite, the wicked Edomites, white people have taught the children of Israel to do. They have taught them to trust in their system and their religion. They have taught you, children of Israel, to trust in them, to trust in the people that want to kill you. They tell how is this so? They tell you to join their army to fight for Satan.
That's killing you.
They tell you to eat unclean food. That's killing you. They tell you to drink liquor and smoke marijuana. That's killing you.
Right. They put drugs in your neighborhood. It's killing you.
They put you in their Mason clubs, and that's spiritually destroying you. They give you wicked television. That's spiritually destroying you.
Sports, that'll destroy you physically too.
Right.
Them.
They give you religion, which teaches you it doesn't matter oh, you're a Gentile if you're not Jewish. No. The Jewish people are Gentiles in the land of Israel. Let me say that again. The Jewish people are Gentiles in that land. They are not the Israelites. The Israelites of the Bible are the Negroes.
That's right.
And the Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, and Aboriginal people of the earth. Okay? That come from the seed of Shem through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, those are the people, I'll say it again. The people in the land of Israel are not the Israelites. They are Gentiles. That land does not belong to them. That land belongs to the Negro. Okay? Isaiah was a Negro. David was a Negro. Solomon was a Negro. Okay?
Show them, Josh. You know where it is. Show them. Show them. There's someone new listening.
So and let me finish this. You trust in oppression. You trust in oppression. You trust in oppression and perverseness and stay therein. So when you trust in your oppressor and beg him to stop oppressing you, he's going to stay oppressing you. Why? Because you complaining to him without knowledge of self. Okay. If you said this to him, okay, we as a people have discovered we are the Israelites according to the Bible. We don't need you no more. We don't need you bothering us. We can take care of it. Now he'll respect you and he'll leave you alone. Why? Because you're actually telling him that something that he knows and that he can't mess with. He can't mess with you once you connect to your God.
That's right. You can't be fooled anymore.
But when you start marching around telling him to stop shooting you, what is he going to do? He's going to shoot you.
Amen.
Stop throwing us in jail. He's going to throw you in jail. Why?
How about this joke? The Afro-Americans trying to get into the government, Tony. In politics, when they don't even know Satan's running.
2 more scriptures. 2 more scriptures. Jeremiah 18 and 17.
You know how to use the stove?
Yeah.
The oven? It's easy, right? I'll put French fries on you, okay?
And we're making mac and cheese.
Oh, okay. You know how to make that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Boil water just like the hot dog. And then pour the...
Well, you do it. I'll get Mom. Yeah, Mom's going to get it.
So... while I'm waiting for this these 15 verse 2 says, Judah mourneth, the gates thereof languish. They are black. Wait a minute. They're white.
They're white.
The Judah mourneth, the gates thereof languish. They are black.
They're white.
They are black. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The children of Israel, the Jews are black. Okay? Unto the ground. What does that mean? What color is the dirt in the ground? It's brown. Okay? So the same color that the ground is, the true Israelites of the Bible are the same color the soil in the ground, the earth is. They are black.
Unto the ground.
Okay? Wake up.
All right, Mary, I'll boil the water, all right?
Jeremiah 4:17-4 says, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. So what does it mean? So the Most High gave his people a heritage, which encompasses a culture, a diet, a dress code.
That's right.
Laws, ceremonies, holy days.
And then I keep it because they're in Christianity.
So what would your enemy, or what mainly would the white man do is he would give you his culture, his diet, his dress code, his religion. Right? That's what he did. That's the spiritual side of slavery. That's what he did during slavery. He gave you a complete mental warp. He warped you so bad that you are still stuck on the plantation mentally.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'll stop you with you.
Okay.
In this pot, right? You're in the big pot. Right? Mary, macaroni and cheese in this.
That I gave you, and you shall serve your enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
No, it's not. In other words, when you came here off the ships, you came into America, you spoke Hebrew, that's why you didn't understand their language, the American language. They had to teach you the American language, it's called the King's language. The King's tongue. You never spoke American, you were Hebrew. You spoke Hebrew.
This is Song of Solomon. Song of Solomon 1:5. I am black. I am black.
I am white.
I am black.
I am Caucasian.
I am black.
I'm like everybody else.
I am black,
But
comely. So what does comely mean? Hold on. So let's see what Solomon was saying. Here, verse 5. This is what studying is. He was saying, watch this, people. I am black. Remember we read that? And beautiful.
that's right.
Or suitable. So Solomon was saying black is beautiful. So Solomon was a beautiful black man.
That's right. So Solomon said nothing's changed from his time to this time, and from this time to his time. So that's got to be true.
So Solomon was not a white man. Solomon, now people will say, doesn't the Song of Solomon say that Solomon was ruddy or red?
Ruddy.
Now, how can you be red?
David.
How can you be red and black at the same time?
That's right.
Because he wasn't dark. He wasn't a dark-skinned black man. That's why the sun could make him darker. He was reddish or red bone. In other words, if you look at mahogany, if you look at mahogany wood.
Hold on.
That's
in Christianity, we were taught that ruddy meant red until I found out different. I did a research.
So if you know what mahogany wood is, it's like a reddish brown wood. That's what Solomon looked like. He was the color. His skin was mahogany tone.
Show him, Josh. Before we get off, we're going to show you a couple of pictures, and we're going to show you King Solomon.
Was David the same?
David the same.
Yeah, he was ruddy, or he was mahogany.
Yeah.
Which means black people can produce any shade of brown they can. Before we close, so simply, it's a spiritual and physical attack on the people.
It sure is. Satan
is the invisible force behind supremacy, white supremacy, but the people, the elite white Edomites that rule this world on the behest of Satan are the ones fueling it
That's right.
and running it.
That's right.
And they've ran it to perfection.
Only for now.
Only for now, though, their system is coming to an end.
Your day of
America's-
vengeance is coming, brothers. You got to be patient. It's not going to be done by
Babylon
wars
is
and
fallen.
uprisings.
Okay, America's done with.
It's going to be done by truth, not fighting and wars.
We hope that this was good, that you understand, and we will see you on Wednesday. Shalom.
Or maybe tomorrow night. We'll see.